Hello everyone, this is Mayank Sanghvi and I am back with another video on Framework Manager, and in this video we are going to learn about filters, embedded and standalone filters, calculated columns, embedded and standalone calculated columns. So let's start, and first I want to filter my product table. Okay, and before apply a filter I want to show what I want to filter in my product table. So let's see what data is available in my product table. So right click on your product, query subject, test, and from the option change the number of rows to 200. Click on OK and click on test sample. And my product query subject, this is my output for product query subject, and right now I am getting multiple product number. Why? The reason is my product number and product name lookup contains product name in different language. So our product number and the join created between the product and product number product name lookup is returning multiple rows, and I don't want this here. I want product name only in English. So we are going to apply filter on product name or product lookup table. So how to apply? For this I want to double click on my product query subject and I want to apply a filter. Now click on add. I'm going to name my product I'm going to name my filter is product language filter. Okay, and make it short, product language filter. And in the expression definition I want to filter what I want to filter. I want to filter from product name lookup. This is my product name lookup, and from product language I want English. I think product language contains EN for English. So let's check. Click on OK to create our first filter, and I want to check data for my product name lookup. So let's right click and test, and I want to test the sample. And for English we have EN. Okay, that's it. So our filter is correct. So this is my filter, product language filter, and I want to edit this. So click on this ellipse button and our filter condition is correct. I want only those records where product language is equal to English or EN. Okay, our first filter is created, and now we are going to test the data once more and test sample. Now I am getting single row for my product number and my product name is in English. Yo, congratulations, you created your first filter, and the filter is available inside your query subject is known as embedded filter. Now how to create a standalone filter? Simple, right click and convert to standalone filter. Okay, and my standalone filter is available here. Now this is the one method. I'm going to show another method to create a standalone filter. Again, right click on your logic layer, create, and click on filter, and this time I'm going to name this product language filter standalone, and I'm going to use the same expression. I want from product name lookup I want product language equals to EN. So this is my embedded filter. This is my standalone filter. And now, what is the difference between a standalone filter and embedded filter? Embedded filter is inside your query subject. So when you see the query information for your query subject, then you are able to see that you have a filter available in your where clause. But in case of standalone filter, it is not available. So let me remove this filter. So this is my embedded filter. So I am going to delete this. Click on delete and OK. And again I am going to test generate query. And now my product name language or product language equals to English is not available in my filter. And if you want to apply filter, then you can use this standalone filter inside your report. So this is the difference between standalone and embedded filter. If embedded filter is available, it means your query subject contains the equivalent where clause in your query, and in case of standalone filter, it is a different part. Your query subject is different and filter is different. You have a choice whether you want to apply a filter or not. But in case of embedded filter, it is available in query, so always the query return the filtered rows only. Now next I want to create a calculated column. And if you watched my previous video, in my previous video I told you that I want to add a column in this query subject. I want to perform a multiplication or multiply operation on my quantity and unit sales price to create a new column line total. Right now line total is not available in our query. So let's click on add to add a new query or new column, and I'm going to name this as a line total. Okay, line total, and the explanation or the expression for this column is I want multiplication on my quantity into unit sale price. Okay, this is the line total. Click on OK and my new column is created. Next, I want to change the usage type for my this column. Right now it is a attribute, but I want this to be a fact. Right now it is not attribute, it is unknown. So I want to be a fact. Why? Because I want to perform some aggregation on this. Next, I want to calculate the cost for particular line or particular row. So I'm going to add a new column, and this time I'm going to give it, let's say, product cost, and I want this quantity into unit cost. Click on OK and our product cost column is available, or our product cost column is created. And the last thing, I want to add a net profit column, net profit, and this is equals to my line total minus my product cost, or simple, I want the profit is equals to the difference between the selling price and the cost price. So this is my net profit. Click on OK, and finally I want to change the usage type for this two column, and I want this to be fact. Again, right click on this query subject and click on test. In query information, check the last columns, and here it is. So this is my line total, quantity into unit sale price. This is my line total, and this is quantity into unit cost is my product cost. So this is my two columns. And if you are going to add anything or in it, in other words, if you are going to add, let's say, a filter, or if you add any column inside the query subject, then those filter or calculated columns are embedded. And if it is available outside the query subject, or any calculated column or any calculation or any filter available outside the query subject, then those are standalone. So let's create the same line total, product cost, and net profit as a standalone. Right now all this column is embedded. Okay, for this I want to click on my logic layer, create an calculation, and I want to name this as a line total, and let's say standalone. And the expression for this is, I want from sales, I want quantity into what I want, unit sale price is my line total. Click on OK. I'm going to add another calculation. This time I want product cost, and in my product cost I want quantity into quantity and unit cost. What are you doing, man? And the last column is create calculation, net profit and standalone. Let's create this with a different method. Okay, let me double click on my this net profit and convert to standalone calculation, and my net profit is created successfully. So this is my net profit, and I want to rename this as a standalone. And finally I want to change the usage type for this is fact. Okay, so our filters, embedded filter and standalone filters, are created. We are successfully able to create a embedded calculated column, or embedded calculation, or standalone calculation. So I think I covered everything related to this video. If you are still facing any issue, you have any doubts, then feel free to leave a comment. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and click on like button. Feel free to share with your friends, and see you guys on next video.